sit back in your seats, get something to eat, and watch this movie. Don't let the kiddies see it, because, well, we'll let you hear the beginning first. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi guys, welcome to Closet Chat.
Hi. I'm Rainy. I'm very, very tired. Who are you?
I'm Sunny. Honestly, I forgot how I've been introducing myself.
I think you introduced yourself as Sonia before.
Sunny?
Yes.
I have?
Yes.
Oh. Hi, I'm Sunny. I'm not suspicious.
That's what someone suspicious would say.
Shh. Rainy, my dear host, how are you this morning?
I'm tired. Like I said, but that's always my response for everything, apparently.
You poor soul.
But yeah, I'm a workaholic.
Alright, so tell me, what are we doing this episode?
So we decided we're going to be doing Wikipedia rabbit holes.
Mm-hmm.
So basically what we're doing is that we're going to Wikipedia and we're looking into the Wikipedia's unusual articles.
Mm-hmm.
And it's separated in categories. And what we're doing is that we're going through we'll go into a random category. We'll each pick out like 2 to 3 random ones, and then we'll just tell each other like a brief summary of it, and we'll decide if we want to go down that rabbit hole or not. What do you say?
That sounds good.
Yay.
Warning and disclaimer, I'm probably gonna butcher a lot of words. I apologize.
I will also say, I will too. Please note, we are born and raised in America, and our education system is not the greatest.
Especially in Texas.
Especially in Texas, it's not the greatest. So if we mispronounce words or even names, we're so sorry in advance.
Also, it's early in the morning.
Also, yeah, it's like almost 11 in the morning.
Okay, shut up. I guess it's not that early.
No,
Damn.
it's early for us, especially for me.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
who would like to go first?
I was gonna say if you want to go first.
Sure, I already have one in mind.
Cool.
I'm going to be talking about a person.
Oh no.
His name is George Paul. Okay, this is why I apologize in advance. Pazalmanazar. He lived from 1679 to 1763. He was a Frenchman who claimed to be the first native of Formosa, which is today Taiwan, to visit Europe. For some years, he convinced many in Britain, but he was eventually revealed to be of European origins. He subsequently became a theological essayist and a friend and acquaintance of Samuel Johnson and other noted figures in 18th century literary London. Would you like for me to read more?
Yes, please.
Okay. So his early life. Although he intentionally obscured many details of his early life, it is believed that he was born in southern France to Catholic parents sometime between 1679 and 1684. His birth name is unknown. So apparently he was something of a child prodigy. He claimed that he attained fluency in Latin by the age of 7 or 8 and excelled in competition with children twice his size. Interesting.
Yeah.
So his career as an imposter in continental Europe. In order to travel safely and affordably in France, he first pretended to be an Irish pilgrim on his way to Rome. After learning English, forging a passport, and stealing a pilgrim's cloak and staff from the reliquary of a local church, he set off. But he soon found that many people he met were familiar with Ireland and were able to see through his disguise. Deciding that a more exotic disguise was needed, he drew upon the missionary reports about East Asia that he had heard from his Jesuit tutors and decided to impersonate a Japanese convert.
Oh my.
By the way, this is there's like a little drawing of him, like a portrait.
Yes.
He looks like the whitest dude ever.
Like he's paper white?
Like,
Let
he
me
looks
see.
like a typical white Frenchman from this era.
He does. He very much does.
So, I don't know what he's trying to do pretending to be a Japanese convert.
Especially with
Oh, I guess that's so weird though, a convert? Like, what does a Japanese convert even mean?
I think that
Oh,
prisoner?
so no, I think it means a Japanese who became Christian.
Oh.
So, he's pretending to be a Christian Japanese.
Hmm.
Wow. Oh, it gets better. At some point, he further embellished this new persona by pretending to be a Japanese heathen and exhibiting an array of appropriately bizarre customs, such as eating raw meat spiced with cardamom and sleeping while sitting upright in a chair. Having failed to reach Rome, he traveled through various German principalities through 1700 and 1702. In the later year, he appeared in the Netherlands, where he served as an occasional mercenary and soldier. By this time, he had shifted his supposed homeland from Japan to the even more obscure Formosa, Taiwan, and had developed more elaborate customs, such as following a foreign calendar, worshipping the sun and the moon with complex prop propi
Propaganda?
no
Oh, okay.
propita it's right here.
What?
How do you say that?
Oh my god, hold on. Let me see. Prop attention. I don't know.
Propitation. It's just propitation. God, we're such dumbasses.
Okay, first off, it's 11 in the morning. And we usually
No, this is unacceptable. I'm an English major. I should be better
Oh,
about
that's right.
this.
You're an English major. You should
Shut up.
know
Okay,
better.
fine. It's early in the morning. Okay, worshipping the sun and the moon with complex propish. Okay, anyways, of his own invention, even speaking an invented language. In late 1702, he met the Scottish priest Alexander Innes, who was the chaplain of a Scottish army unit. Afterwards, Innes claimed that he had converted the heathen to Christianity and christened him George Salmanazar. I'm so sorry, everybody.
Look, we're dumb Americans, okay, that are sleep deprived. We're so sorry.
Let's see. So at one point, let's see. Oh my gosh. So at one point later on, he makes up a country.
Mm-hmm. I'm scared what this country is.
So Formosa or Taiwan, the
Mm-hmm.
country that he was taking to make his own, he says Formosa was a prosperous country with a capital city called uh, Zernetza. Men walked naked except for a gold or silver plate to cover their genitals. Their main food was a serpent that they hunted with branches. Formosans were polygamous, and husbands had a right to eat their wives for infidelity. They executed murderers by hanging them upside down and shooting them full of arrows. Every year, they sacrificed the hearts of 18,000 young boys to gods, and their priests ate the bodies. They used horses and camels for transport and dwelled underground in circular houses.
I don't know what to respond with that.
Eventually, he confessed, like, because his composure and like he started to seem less credible. And by the way, the dude that he met ends very random, but apparently he started to develop an opium addiction. So that sucks for him.
Yeah.
Later on, he told his friends, and then he started telling the general public in around 1706. And later on, he started to become chill, and he worked for a time as a clerk in an army regiment until some clergyman gave him money to study theology. And yeah, pretty chill. And then he was a friends with Samuel Johnson. Yeah. And Samuel Johnson was an English writer, pretty famous. Let's see. He's known a lot of novelists. Samuel Richardson. Yeah.
So he knows 2 Samuels.
He knows 2 Samuels. Yeah.
Very nice.
And then eventually he died, and that's pretty much it.
Cool.
Was a weird Frenchman who pretended to be a Japanese convert, and then a Japanese heathen who later got converted to Christianity again, and then pretended that he was from Taiwan, in which he made an entire fake story about.
Oh, okay.
In which they sacrificed the hearts of. I think my favorite part was, all the men walk naked, but they have a gold or silver plate to cover their genitals. I think that's my favorite part.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I don't have the words for that.
Very fair.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Okay. So I found Jack Black.
Oh.
Hold on. The Rat Catcher.
What?
Yes, so apparently. So here's the summary. Jack Black was a rat catcher and a mole destroyer from Battersea, England during the middle of the 19th century.
Yeah.
Black cut a striking figure in his self-made uniform of a green top hat, scarlet waistcoat, and breeches with a large leather sash insert with cast iron rats. Jack promoted himself as the Queen's official rat catcher, but he never held a royal warrant. Would you like to know more?
Yeah. I'm interested in this version of Jack Black.
All right. So Jack Black is known particularly through Henry Matthews' account in London Labour and the London Poor, where he tells Mayhew of his work and experiments, including a number of occasions when he nearly died from infections following rat bites.
Bro.
Yeah. So it says when he had caught any unusual colored rats, he would breed them, just to get new color variations.
Wait, what's...
Yes.
Wait, if he's a rat catcher,
Uh-huh.
and the whole point is to get rid of rats, why would he breed rats?
Well, it never said that he officially got rid of them.
Oh, he just caught them, like, out, like, no, get out of the palace.
Yeah. It's moles that you're thinking of that he destroyed. Because he says he's a mole destroyer.
Mold?
Mole. Like the little rodent that's, like, blind, has to... And like,
why would there be moles?
In England?
Just in the house. They live underground.
Yeah, you'd be surprised, because moles, they're rodents, and they will get into houses by accident, unlike rats.
Does that happen often?
You'd be surprised. Not in Texas.
Okay, I was about to say,
yeah,
is
not
that
in Texas.
From personal experience?
No, I've done my research.
Okay.
Okay. I used to want to be a vet.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, and then he would sell those rats as those homebred domesticated colored rats as pets.
Aw.
Yeah. Mainly, as Black observed, to well-bred young ladies to keep in squirrel cages. I don't know how well that worked, but he was a breeder.
Yeah, I'm sure it worked pretty well. I mean, rats are very, very smart.
They're very smart, and they're technically clean.
Yeah, I would assume they're pretty clean. I mean,
as in, they're technically clean animals. Like, they'd rather keep themselves clean.
Yeah, like a cockroach.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, rats are, as far as I'm aware, they're pretty clean. It's only, like, the plague and stuff. That was
Yeah,
because of the, was it like ticks?
it ticks.
Yeah, it was from, the ticks on the rats.
Yeah,
So rats are, like, really chill and they're super cute and smart. They are so intelligent.
they are. Would like to have one, but I can't.
Me too.
I have a family member who's has a fear of rats.
Is your
Unfortunately,
mom?
it's my mom. Yeah,
My mom is also terrified of rats.
yeah. It's so bad to the point where she won't even go into the rodent section, like not even to look at hamsters,
Oh,
because
wow.
she sees the rats and she can't go there.
Didn't she have, like, a traumatic
Yes,
experience? Yeah, I remember that.
yeah. So that's why.
Yeah, my mom will, if she sees a rat or a mouse anywhere near her, she starts climbing stuff.
I mean, I can't laugh at that because that's what I would do with spiders. Okay, sorry. Oh, that's a really good rabbit hole. Anyway, I'm just leaning my phone on this one. So continuing on, Beatrix Potter is believed to have, and this one person is not related to Harry Potter.
Okay.
Give me a second. Okay, sorry. Is believed to have been one of his customers, and she dedicated the book Samuel Whiskers, another Samuel that we've had today, to her rat of the same name. The more sophisticated,
Sophisticated.
yes, that ladies of court kept their rats in dainty, lighted cages, and even Queen Victoria herself kept a rat or two.
Really?
Yeah,
That is so interesting. I
I
would have never imagined
yeah.
Queen Victoria to have a rat.
All right. It was in this way that domesticated or fancy rats were established.
Oh,
Blacko,
fancy rat!
yes.
Oh my god!
Would you like to go in detail what fancy rats are?
Um, they're a breed of rat, right? They're fancy.
Oh yeah, they are. They are a breed of rats that are fancy. They're mostly they're the brown rats.
Mm-hmm. I
So
think they're sometimes gray too, right?
yeah. So these are the rats that you would find in the pet stores.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay, here we go. Black also supplied live rats for rat baiting in pits, a popular mid-Victorian pastime. Okay, so unfortunately, we also have to have rat baiting, which if you guys don't know what rat baiting is, this is basically where you have a captured rat in an enclosed space with a dog in it. So I'm
Oh.
pretty sure that can already put together what that is.
Yeah.
So that's most likely what he does with the rats that he finds
Yeah.
that he doesn't breed.
Damn.
Yep. So that's a downer.
Cruel and unusual.
Yep. All right. Okay. And this is the last paragraph. Black had a number of sidelines beyond rats, including fishing, like for food and supplying aquatia, or basically supplying pets, bird catching, and taxidermy. He was also an accomplished dog breeder. He told Matthew, "I had a little rat dog, a black tan terrier of the name Billy, which was the greatest stock dog in London of that day. He is the father of the greatest portion of the small black tan dogs in London now. I've been offered a, I don't know, silver.
Where is it?
It's this one.
Sovereign?
Sovereign. There we go. Sovereign a pound for some of my little terriers, but it wouldn't pay me at that price for they weren't heavier than 2 or 3 pounds. I once sold one of my dogs of the same stain for 14 pounds to the Australian ambassador. In fact, my terrier dog was known to all of London fancy. As rat-killing dogs, there's no equal to that strain of black tan terriers."
I'm still
End
stuck
quote.
at the part that he called his dog a rat dog.
Well, that's technically what terriers are. Like they're considered rat dogs, but as in like they hunt down the rats.
Okay, but
that's
I was
what-
thinking of like half rat, half dog. A rat dog. Dun 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 dun.
That actually would be a very interesting cartoon. I'm not gonna lie. All right, and then what's next is for this Wikipedia, it's just talking about the establishment of fancy rats, and that's it. But yes.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry, still early.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to learn the origin of fancy rats.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And also that there was another person named Jack Black.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Jack Black's past life.
I mean, yeah. Huh.
All right, are you ready for the next one?
Sure.
I'll make this a bit brief. Would you like to learn about the Great Molasses Flood?
Yes. I'm scared, but yes.
It is also known as the Boston Molasses Disaster. Happened in 1919 in Boston, Massachusetts.
Hmm.
You heard about this incident, right?
I think so.
Yeah, let's see. I like how 103 years ago, approximately at 12:30 p.m. Oof, 21 deaths, 150 injured. A large storage tank filled with 2.3 million US gallons of molasses, weighing approximately 13,000 short tons, burst, and the resultant wave of molasses rushed through the streets at an estimated 35 miles per hour, killing 21 and injuring 150 people. The event entered local folklore, and residents claimed for decades afterwards that the area still smelled of molasses on hot summer days. Would you like for me to read more?
I almost want to say no, but yes at the same time. Please continue.
On January 15th, 1919, temperatures in Boston had risen above 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
Hmm.
Doesn't really sound warm.
Well,
Climbing rapidly from the frigid temperatures of the preceding days. The previous day, a ship had delivered a fresh load of molasses, which had been warmed to reduce its viscosity for transfer.
I was
Yes.
gonna say when you said that temperature and you said, "Oh, that's not that warm." Well, granted, we live in Texas. We know what warm feels like.
Well, 40 degrees
Oh,
Fahrenheit is like cold.
that's freezing cold for us at least.
Like, technically not freezing, but that's pretty cold.
That's cold for us, yeah.
But I guess it's basically saying that the temperature was rising.
Yeah.
Possibly due to the thermal expansion of the older, colder molasses already inside the tank burst open and collapsed at approximately 12:30 p.m. Witnesses reported that they felt the ground shake and heard a roar as it collapsed, a long rumble similar to the passing of an elevated train. Others reported a tremendous crashing, a deep growling, a thunderclap like bang, and a sound like a machine gun as the rivets shot out of the tank.
Hmm. Yeah, that's very.
Stephen Piolo describes how nearby buildings were swept off their foundations and crushed. Several blocks were flooded to a depth of 2 to 3 feet. Molasses, waist deep, covered the street and swirled and bubbled about the wreckage. Here and there struggled to form. Whether it was animal or human being was impossible to tell. Only an upheaval, a thrashing about in the sticky mass, showed where any life was. Horses died like so many flies on sticky flypaper. The more they struggled, the deeper in the mess they were ensnared. Human beings, men and women, suffered likewise.
Can I say you would make a good horror narrator?
Do you think so?
Yes, because that sent chills up my spine.
That'd be quite lovely. Oh god, my left foot fell asleep.
Oh no.
Yeah, so the Boston Globe reported that people were picked up by the rush of air and hurled many feet. Others had debris hurled at them from the rush of sweet-smelling air. A truck was picked up and hurled into Boston Harbor. After the initial wave, The molasses became vicious, exasperated by the cold temperatures, trapping those caught in the wave and making it even more difficult to rescue them. So, as I said, about 150 people were injured, 21 died, and several horses were killed.
Oh, those poor horses.
Yeah. Coughing fits became one of the most common ailments after the initial blast. Edwards Park wrote of one child's experience in a 1983 article for Smithsonian. Anthony D. Stasio, walking homeward with his sisters from Michelangelo's school, was picked up by the wave and carried, tumbling on its crest, almost as though he was surfing. Then he grounded, and the molasses rolled him like a pebble as the wave diminished. He heard his mother call his name and couldn't answer. His throat was so clogged with the smothering glue. Goo. He passed out, then opened his eyes to find 3 of his 4 sisters staring at him. So yeah, it's pretty intense.
Yeah. That would be that would be horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible time to go through.
Cleanup crews used salt water from a fireboat to wash away and sand to absorb it. The cleanup took weeks, with several hundred people contributing to the effort. And yeah, because like the molasses, like it wasn't only in the streets, it went to subway platforms, to the seats inside trains and streetcars, to paid telephone handsets, into homes and countless other places. It was reported that everything that a Bostonian touched was sticky.
Fun.
And there you go.
Hmm.
The Boston molasses disaster.
Well, I almost never want to see molasses again, but I don't remember what it looks like.
A sweet, sweet disaster. Okay, I think we're good for one more.
Okay, cool. Because I found something called the Bigfoot Trap. And it is said, it is believed to be the world's only Bigfoot trap. Would you like to know more?
Yeah. The world's only Bigfoot trap.
Yes. And I'm looking at the picture, and it legit looks like a wooden house with no doors or window, with a green metal cage, like those cages that's used to trap like big cats, like lions and tigers.
Oh.
That one. Hold on. Let me read the description. The Bigfoot Trap is located in the Rogue River, Sikiyu National Forest in the southern part of Jackson County, Oregon, 3.1 miles or 5.0 kilometers from the California borders. Believed to be the only one of its kind, the trap was designed in 1974 to capture Bigfoot.
1974?
Yes.
You know what? Crazy shit happens then.
A purported apex-like creatures said to live in the forest. Oh, that's describing Bigfoot. Said to live in the forest of the Pacific Northwest. It failed to accomplish this and was abandoned in the early 1980s. Come on, only 6 years ish.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. And then this is what's saying what it is. It's going on with it today. Today, the trap is maintained as a novelty by the United States Forest Service as it sits along the Collins Mountain hiking trail and sees hundreds of visitors annually. Alrighty. And would you like me to describe that trap even more?
Sure.
Here is the description, according to Wikipedia. The trap is a wooden box 10 by 10 feet or 3 by 3 meters made by 2 by 12 planks, bound together by heavy metal bands and secured to the ground by telephone poles. A U.S. Forest Service special use permit was issued for its construction. The trap door has been bolted open since 1980 for visitor safety. Its location was originally remote, but since the construction of the Applegate Dam, a road is now near the trap.
I wonder if they've ever accidentally caught like an animal or something.
That's probably why they have it like open. All right, and I think we have time for just the very quick history that it's given me. All right, the trap was built in 1974 by the North American Wildlife Research Team, or NAWRT.
So it's like official.
It's official, yeah. It was made by an official team, a national at
Like an
least
actual research
an actual
team.
research team, yeah.
Like I'm assuming they're scientists.
Yeah.
Like that's insane to me. I thought it would be like conspiracy, like theorists.
You would think, yeah, but no, it's official. It's
Wow.
hold on. Here it is. A now defunct organization based in Eugene, Oregon. So we were just saying, oh, it's official. Now it's not. It's debunked.
Probably
Defunct.
for good reason.
Yeah. All right. Hold on. That was inspired to build a trap at the location by Perry Lovin, a miner who lived near the Applegate River, who claimed to have found. And here's why they did. He claimed to have found an 18-inch long human-like track in his garden.
It could just be a person with really big feet
18 inches?
who got drunk and stumbled into, or it could be fake. I don't know.
True. We don't know.
And be a coincidence.
I'm with I don't know how to pronounce this one. NAWRT, like the acronym. So it's NAWRT. Like if you were to put that.
Nart.
Nart. Okay, so I was.
Team Nart. Nart.
That's a Pokemon team if I ever heard one. All right. They operated the trap, keeping it baited with carcasses for 6 years, but they only caught bears.
Oh well, that answers my question.
Yep. All right. The Bigfoot trap was abandoned and began.
Maybe it was a bear. That they could have big paws.
Yeah, it's probably the size of our face, even bigger.
That's a good size.
Yeah.
That could be. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would say it's a good few inches.
Yep. All right, here it go. Last 2 paragraphs. The Bigfoot trap was abandoned and began to deteriorate. In 2006, the U.S. Forest Service, under the Passport in Time program, began to repair the trap.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. The trap has become a tourist attraction and hundreds of people visit it annually. At least one film has been shot on site. And that's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder what film it was.
That's what I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look in references. Okay, no. I think it was. There's two sources. Either the trap designed to catch Bigfoot has outlasted its creator by the Associate Press, or On the Track of Bigfoot. I think it's just a written thing. I don't know, but yeah, basically that's the Bigfoot trap.
What about the film? Also, I was looking it up. There is a movie called Bigfoot Blood Trap.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Also, I just went back to the main page. I'm looking at something called The King's Hand, and I think that is another time because it looks disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
That is for another time. Ooh.
Do you want me to read?
Oh, are we gonna do one more? You want
to? Do you want to hear the storyline to Bigfoot Blood Trap?
Oh yes, let's go ahead.
So so it's actually a review.
Oh no. Oh no. Yes.
Underwhelming, if watchable, killer Bigfoot film. After her grandfather dies, a young woman learns she has inherited the land and tries to decide what to do with it with her friends, eventually running across a killer Bigfoot on her land. And apparently they managed to capture it, bringing the attention of a crazed scientist. Oh no, who intends to experiment with cross-species breeding with the creature.
Oh God! Ew! We were just talking about. We were just almost making fun of the
Apparently
Bigfoot
this
trap.
is like a straight up slasher.
Oh.
Like there's some gore and violence and very cheap. Very cheap. Do you want to see
The pictures.
It looks really bad.
Okay.
This is
Well then. Well,
So you can imagine it's a naked woman
in chains.
in chains tied to a pole in a field.
When was this movie made?
That's a good question.
Because it will.
This was made in.
I know it has to be 19 something.
I don't. When was it? Oh,
Oh.
it was released in 2017.
What?
Ah,
I'm sorry. Are you saying that this movie
it's very recent.
is very recently?
Yes.
I'm losing my faith in humanity right now.
I've already lost that a while ago, ever since 2016.
A year before this movie came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's Bigfoot Blood Trap. Did not expect
We were just looking
that.
up. We were just looking up the only Bigfoot trap in the world. But no, we just got to go down even further and look up something else. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad I can give this kind of content out.
Yay.
Anyways, that concludes our episode.
Yay.
Yay.
Maybe next episode we can review Bigfoot Bloody Trap if we have the stomach for
Bloody
it.
Trap? It's Bigfoot Blood Trap. You heathen.
I'm very tired. Hush. But yeah, my bad.
Speaking of the Japanese heathen Frenchman.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.